Hello again. Before we start, remember if you want to know what's coming up next, hit that subscribe button and also ring the little bell icon. Okay, now I'm going to be drawing one of the most iconic comic book faces, the Caped Crusader himself, the Dark Knight, Batman. So I'm going to start off with a circle at the top of the head, like that. Kind of rough circular shape. Right, and from that I'll draw two lines coming down from the side and then kind of angling in quite sharply like that, so you get this kind of jawline at the bottom. So there's the head shape. To that I would add a couple of pointy shapes up here, which of course are the ears. Right, the eyes are in the central line here between there and there, so about there. And of course the eyes, you want to make them look kind of mean and moody, you know. So the angle up from the inside, angle up like that, and a fairly narrow, and look a bit like that. Okay, so there's the two eyes there. The nose shape of the costume, you know, the mask of the costume, has a kind of very sharp shape at the front, which is like a triangle, and then a kind of pointed part there. And if you bring a curve up from the points of that shape up to there, and then bring it straight down, you see that's the whole headdress shape in there, right? And then from here you come out a little bit and then swing out a bit to give a very thick neck shape down to there. And then you get the shoulders coming in and the cape appearing about here. Okay, now the thing that makes the black and white drawing of Batman look really graphic are the shapes, the dark shapes. Now what you have here above the eyes is a shape that looks a bit like a kind of wing shape coming out, if you like. If you start from the centre and then draw an angular curved shape coming up like a wing on either side of his head there, you see, and this kind of shadows the forehead. That's the forehead here, see, and as it comes round down below the eye, bring it in slightly, then out again and down to join that line. In and then out and down to join the line there. Now the mouth, this grim kind of look, you know, like that, very determined, and then a couple of lines for the underside of the lip there, you see that? And on the top you also get some shading down one side. Imagine the light's coming mostly in from this side, so this side of the ear will be darker, maybe a bit of shading on this side of the top of the head coming down, and a bit of darkness on this side of the ear here, come down to it there. And then on the centre of the forehead there's also a kind of dark shadow shape coming in, almost like flames bursting out, like that, you see. And under the chin you also have a big deep shadow there. So we can see it's going to looking quite graphic, okay, quite dramatic. So let's move on to the inking in process now, and start at the top with a finer pen. We'll use a bigger pen for the shading in, and bring your point down like that, in a wee bit and out, and then the curve at the top of the head like that, up to the top, bring it down a slight curve and out like that, down to the shoulders sloping out here. Right. Let's get these mean, moody, magnificent eyes in up with the slope like that, and the curve, and the other one coming in there. Like that, okay, and leave it a nod over that one there. That'll be shaded in a second. Now the shape of the nose part of the costume, as I say, like a triangular shape coming down like that, and the curve coming up on either side to meet that part of the headdress there. Coming down, and then we're going to draw the chin shape. Quite angular. Nice big chin. Superheroes have big chins. There we are. And then the mouth. Again, this grim looking downturned mouth. You can kind of sketch it in by using a few lines like that. Breaks it up a bit. And then a few lines underneath. And you get that great looking graphic Batman shape. Okay, now we can start to put in the lines for the shaded parts now. So I'm going to draw these in over the pencil lines, coming down like that. A bit darker from that side. The shading's coming up. And then a bit of shading down here. And then maybe even a little bit of a shaded shape up there. And then the top part of the, as I said, almost like a flame shape, right across, copying that curve there, right across the forehead, like that. And then these wing shapes on either side sloping up the side of the forehead, like that. Almost like a mask within a mask, you know. And then that cuts in towards the cheekbone and out, down the side, in and down the side there. And then of course we have this big deep shadow under the chin. Okay, and the cloak coming up on the other side like that. And I've got another bit coming in there with the folds as they go over the shoulder. Okay, so there we have the basic drawing of the outlines of the shapes of the Batman face. It's quite graphic. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is start to shade in. I'll use this smaller pen for some of the thinner shapes, like this. But once I move to the larger shapes, I'll move to a bigger pen. Over all the way down here, I think, and then we can shade that one there. This big shape here, I want to move to a big pen for that. Okay, make it a bit quicker. Okay. And do all these shapes in the center like that first of all, and then move to the smaller pen for the outside shapes, and filling in all the central shapes like that to make it quicker, easier. Right, okay, and I'll kind of finish it off by using the small pen. Is that away again? Okay, back to the smaller pen again, and take in the edges here, like that. You can see the kind of dynamic look of the character beginning to emerge, especially as I put more of a curve in there, especially as I shade around the eyes here and leave the eyes white against the deep shadow, like that. And up to there, and there's one bit of this there actually. Just down the side of the nose, there's another kind of line there, and that, again because the light's coming on this side of the kind of sharp nose shape will be in shadow, leaving that big white bit there. Okay, shade this in now. Curve that around there. Down to there like that, and then we'll finish off by putting the deep shadow. Oops, took a bit of his jawline there. Just that's up there. Bring that here, and then finish off by bringing it up. Okay, maybe even a bit of lining it to suggest the neck muscle. Coming in here, like that. And perhaps a bit of darker shading on the cloak here, in the folds of the cloak. Like that. Excellent. So there you can see we have quite a dramatic and graphic Batman shape. Excellent. And I hope you enjoyed that. And you can join me in my next video where I'll be drawing another iconic face. Okay. But in the meantime, all the best and happy drawing.